Well, you know, I thought I was one of surprises. A lot of things that happened to me, but I never got such a good surprise as this one was. And I don't know how they kept it quiet. I think somebody hit the newspaper and said it was going to happen, and nobody else said anything. I wasn't even expecting it. I watched it here and I was so surprised. I just want to thank all of you for coming. I'm so grateful for all of you. We invite our special friends of our name. I don't know what to do. I'm so grateful and thankful to be on their own shoulders of such wonderful people. You know, we have a bunch of wonderful youngsters over there. And I love them too. I appreciate them so much. And they are so dear to me. So again, I want to say that I am grateful and thankful for the opportunity to be here with you tonight. As I said here a minute ago, I was thinking, a few years ago, 60 some more years ago, I didn't think I'd ever be here. I didn't think I was. But to the help of my Heavenly Father and prayers, I'm here. I might not be a smart man or a whole man, but I try to do what I can to help my Heavenly Father in His work. I'm just grateful for that. I just might tell you one thing of a companion that I had over in Germany. And I was the only member of the church in that whole group. And he came to me one day and said, I don't know about you, you're different. And he said, now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stay right close to you the rest of the time we're here. And he did. He stayed close to me, very close to me. We were sharing foxholes together. And anything that we did, he stayed on with me. And I tried to do what I was supposed to do. And the thought always came to me of what my father told me as I ordered the train to go to basic training. He handed me a watch. And he said, I'm only going to tell you one thing to do. And that is, remember who you are. And that's what I tried to do. The God was always there, preaching all the way from it. I want you to know I love every one of you. And I want to have a little talk with my wife and see how in the world she pulled us off so that I didn't know what was going on. I'm going to see if I can find out. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'm going to try. So God bless all of you. Now I'm going to turn it over to her to see if she can defend herself.
You know, isn't that just like him? I'm not a smart man. I'm not a this, I'm not. Have you ever met a more humble man? And one that is so loved by so many people. And such a strong, strong man. And so grateful for him. Because I knew how deserving he is of everything we could ever do for him. Is to honor him like he's been honored here by so many of his wonderful friends, people that served with him in the church, his family, and we all love him so much. And I know it's on Sunday, we leave to go down to the gospel doctrine class, and we start out together, and I think he's behind me, and so I walk down the hall, and I'm talking, and I heard some people one day say, oh, there goes that lady again talking to herself. He's back in the chapel shaking hands with them. But that's just him. And so it's been wonderful to have this wonderful blended family. And that's what we are. We're a blended family. There are no stepchildren or any of that sort of thing. We are a blended family.
In 1920, you came to Earth, a mission to fulfill. You may feel bad you did not do the mission of your will. We were called to serve abroad, we know, to a field of hate and hell. But you refused to feel picked on, and you did your calling well. You've seen many wonders in your time. Airplanes, space travel, interstate. Yet all these things are great indeed. Your deeds seem just as great. You're dedicated to your God, meekly subject to His will. You have loved the youth and you've served them well. As patriarch, you do it still.
I love and appreciate you. You always treated me like your son. I'll always remember that. And I want you to know I'm proud to be your son. You and Mom have been great and supported me in all the things I've done, and I appreciate that. Hope you have many more birthdays. Thanks.
Steve and I had the same teacher, and Steve talked about his dad and how much he appreciated him. And then Grandpa Dalling came over and he showed us some basketball moves. Then I stayed in touch because Steve and I played basketball together in junior high, and he would always be there supporting Steve. Plus he was a bishop in our stake, and in fact we shared a building for a while and then didn't. And anyway, I just always had the greatest sense of love and care, and I always admired him. Now time went on, of course, and when Dad died, Mom and I, Janice, were looking around thinking Grandma doesn't need to be lonely the rest of her life, and we kind of picked out Grandpa Dalling as the one because his wife had died a year previous to Dad's death. And it was interesting. We'd go support Mom over at, she was the Relief Society president at the nursing home by the hospital. And for some reason, Grandpa Dalling would show up there. He was on the High Council, but he tended to show up to be supportive. So we noticed this, and so we figured out that they weren't going to get together till we left, and the Lord was telling us that we needed to go to Denver, and so we did. And anyway, we are grateful that in November they were married that year, 1984, and we love him. What a wonderful father and grandfather he has been to us. We miss, of course, Grandpa Max, but Grandpa John has filled in so well and loved us. I am so grateful for him as a man I look up to always. And Mom, of course, what is there to say about her? She taught me, she helped me, she pulled my ear when I needed it, fed me postum and peaches and toast, and was always supportive in everything that I did. And so grateful for that as a son. We love her, we love them, what a great couple they are, and I appreciate this.
One of my fondest memories of Dad Dalling was when he and Artel were courting, and David and I had left because David was going for his doctorate in Denver. And so we would have friends in the neighborhood call us up and say, David and Janet, are you aware that John is parking his car in the alleyway so that nobody else can see him? And he and Artel are on the fly seeing each other. And David and I were so excited about that because, as David stated just previously in the ceremony that we just had, we love John Dalling, and David spoke so highly of him. And so John we would ask and see, if anything was happening, how they're doing, and Mom would basically say, oh, well, Brother Dalling did this, and Brother Dalling did that, and Brother Dalling did this, Brother Dalling did that. And every once in a while when she was talking with us, she'd say, and John did, and then she'd go, oh, I mean Brother Dalling. And we knew that the Lord was getting those two sweet people together. And we couldn't have been more pleased to have our families united and blended with the Dallings. It was, like David said, David had the privilege of having two wonderful, wonderful fathers. And I feel that way too. I feel that as John has supported me in everything I have, and he's always telling me he loves me. So thank you, John, for being not only a father to me, but being a grandfather to our children. And I know you love them as much as you have loved me. And now you're loving our grandchildren the same way. So thank you. As far as our sweet mom goes, Mom, you need to know that you are the one that taught me how to cook. You were the one that taught me how to decorate. You were the one that encouraged me and basically said, Janice, you can do this. I didn't know how to do a lot of the things when I first got married. I knew how to sew, but a lot of the other things I didn't know how to do. So thank you for that. And thank you for being a grandma that was right there for all of our children. And David and I, when we had to go on little trips for the church, if you remember, you and Grandpa Max would come and watch the kids and play with them and sing with them, and You did our garden one year, if you remember. Maybe, I think you did it more than once. And you'd come and make beautiful corsages for me, and that meant so much as a young mother that didn't have a lot of finances for you to be a mother to me. So please know, Mom and Dad, how much I